So when I center, I keep this hand always, you know, like supporter, and I start with my top one to make it, you know, my cookie, right? And I do two movements. One where this one that is pushing to make like a volcano, and the next movement is this one is trying to smash and make a flat cookie, right? And I alternate between the two of them. So this one is pushing to make a volcano, this one is only holding on top, and then this one is smashing to make a flat cookie. And a flat cookie that tries to be even on the sides and at the bottom and at the top. Okay, because we are going to do nesting balls. This one, and you can show those ones, is the 1 pound. This is 1 pound and a half.
Okay.
And now what I'm gonna be doing is the 2 pounds.
Okay.
So I need to be sure that this one, the next one that I'm making, need to be bigger the bottom than this one. So I'm going to make my cookie bigger than this one. So I probably need to smash my cookie a little bit more, right? Because I think what we need to do is one being inside of the other, inside of the other, and inside of the other one. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. So pretty much like this is the 1.5 pounds. Okay, well, how do I open? I usually open with one finger, or I can open with two fingers. It's up to you, but I like to open with one finger. I go in with my finger, right? And then I check if at least I have enough at the bottom. So this is what I have at the bottom, right? And then with my finger is going to my hand. If you want to put on top, probably you will see. Can you see that I'm making just to go flat, moving the clay. And then when I reach into a big distance, I'm going to move my finger from the bottom to the top, doing this movement. Okay? So what I have at this point, and I'm going to compress this part, we have something that is really flat and is at 90 degrees C here on the walls. Okay? And so I'm going to do it. So this is really like my first pool. What I'm doing is the opposite of a pool, right? Okay. So we can see that this is the flat part. I would say the first thing that I usually do is I compress my bottom. Compress. So I usually, the rule of thumb is 7 times I compress the bottom, right? I'm doing enough just to do it. And then what I do, and I'm going to start pulling. And I'm pulling to make a ball, just to make a cylinder. I do not really open the walls. I'm really moving up as a cylinder. So moving up. And this defines the height of my ball. Right? So moving up. And then I compress. So my walls are very even and moving more like a cylinder. I'm going to do it again, just to be sure that it's even and be sure that it's tall. Okay, so, and I compress. This is the time, and Kylie, here is where I remove the excess, you know,
Okay.
and that helps just to remove there. And now, usually what I use is the flexible blue rib, and the flat part of the rib is looking at me. And what I do is my outside hand holds, and the inside hand with the rib is gonna be pushing out. And here is where I really, really push, right? Out, just to really make the shape. And you can see that I'm deforming considerable my ball. Again, and I always check on the side, because look at this one, it's very flat, still very flat here, right? So I want to make the shape to look like these ones that I have here. But again, it's depending on the type of shape that you are doing. So I'm going to keep pushing. I try to push myself as much as I can. Okay, so now I'm much happy because this is round. I still want to really push this side a little bit more. Can you see that the top still is like quite like a cylinder, right? Because if not, it's going to open too much. So now I'm a little bit more happy with that. I'm going to compress my rim. I use a piece of paper just to remove anything that is not even from the rim. And then the last step, I use my flat part of my rib and to turn the bottom, the top part. And if you like, you don't need to do it, but I like to do this. Right? And usually, lately, I have been trying to make this a little bit round, but it's because I like to do it this way. Okay. And then I remove the excess that I have.
That's lovely.
Can you stop?
Yeah.